got some weird bird over here. Well, anyway, hello everybody. This is Bronislava for HandMadeRukodelky. It's absolutely beautiful September day, and I have a video for you where you can go and knit along with me a triangular scarf. Actually, I will be presenting it in with a thinner yarn most of the video, and also I will be showing you how to do it from two colors. So if you're interested in knitting along, let's go do it. It's quite easy, it's not really that difficult, and my video is extremely detailed. You can do it. A while ago I bought myself this beautiful yarn from Noro, and I mean, look at these colors, aren't they fabulous? And they kind of remind me a little bit of you know, ending of the summer and beginning of the fall. So I will be using this for a scarf that is going to be knitted exactly for ending of the summer and the fall. Okay, now this yarn requires 4mm needles, but I will be using 5mm because I want the stitch to be a little looser, and I want to actually show you what I've been working on and playing with the pattern. It's going to be a very simple pattern. We will be adding stitches along one edge, and later on we will be decreasing again along the same edge. We will be going in the opposite direction like this. Okay. And as you see, it's going to be a triangular scarf, and this one is actually really from really thick yarn. This yarn is number 4 weight, or worsted weight, or also so-called aran. Okay, and I've been working with actually 2 colors, and a little bit later on I will show you how I change the colors, just in case you would like to go and do the same from similar yarn. Okay, but the pattern is going to be exactly the same that I will be doing from this yarn, but this yarn is thinner. Okay, and in places it's a little thicker, so it's like it has like not only variegated colors, but it also has variegated thickness. Okay, thin and thick, but the needles that I will be using, I am using size 8, you know, 8 US 8 or 5mm, and the same thing I will be using for this yarn. Okay, let me show you about 6 rows how to do it in continental style, and then I will go and show you how to proceed in English style. Okay, so you need to cast on 4 stitches. Okay, and then we will knit 2 rows. So we will knit all the stitches. So in other words, knit 4 stitches. Okay, and that's first row. Now we will turn around, we will knit again. We will knit again 4 stitches. So knit 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, now we will turn and we will start increasing. And also I want to mention that I will be increasing, all the increases will be along this edge where I have the tail. Okay, so that along the tail we will have 2 stitches right here, and we will always have an increase after these 2 stitches or before these 2 stitches, because we will be increasing every 3 rows. Okay, so we will increase in this row. So let's go and do knit 2 stitches, 1 and 2, and I will be putting my marker here because I want to know that these 2 stitches before this marker are going to be always always where we will be increasing, okay, right here along this edge, okay. And now I will make yarn over, and we will knit 2 more stitches, okay. So this is our row 1 where we increased, okay, and now we will knit 2 rows, knit 1 row, knit all the stitches, and move that marker and knit 2 more stitches, which is all 5 stitches. So that's row 2. Now we will turn around, and this is going to be our row 3. We will knit all the stitches again. So you will knit 2, move your marker, and knit 3. Okay, so when we increase, we will start building stitches on this side, but after the marker, okay. But these 2 stitches will always remain only 2 stitches on this side of the marker. So we increased in 1 row, and then we knitted 2 rows. Now it's going to be again increase, okay, so every 3 rows, like I said. So we will go and increase in this row, so we will knit these 3 stitches, 1, 2, 3. We will do yarn over, we will move our marker, okay, so we are basically increasing before the marker now, okay. Before, in a first, when we increased first time, we did it after marker, but now we're doing it before the marker, and we will knit 2 stitches. Now we will turn around and we will knit 2 rows, so row 2 and 3 will get knitted. So we will knit 2 stitches, move our marker, and knit 4 stitches now, or knit all the stitches to the end. So that's row 2. And now this is going to be our row 3. So we will knit all the way to the marker. We will move the marker because we're not increasing in this row. And we will finish the row with these 2 stitches on the edge. Okay, we turn around and we're starting row 1 again where we will increase. Okay. And let me show it to you one more time. So we will knit 2 stitches. We will move our marker and we will increase after our marker. Okay, we don't want to increase over here. We want to increase after the marker in this row. And we will finish the row. So that's our row 1 again. Now we will knit all the stitches 2 rows. So we will knit all these stitches and then stitches back. Okay, so let's turn around and knit all the stitches. We move our marker and we knit 2 stitches. So you see, very soon you will see that we have this edge right here where we're increasing, and it's going to create a triangle, okay? So now we still need to, so that was our row 2, and we need to knit row 3. So row 2 and row 3, there are no increases, just knit entire row. We will need to increase before the marker right here, okay? So we will knit all the way to the marker. We will knit all the way to the marker. Okay, and right before the marker we will increase with yarn over, and then we will knit our 2 stitches. So okay, and now we will knit 2 rows. Okay, we're knitting our increase, and now all the stitches to the end, and now we will knit all the stitches again. So we will knit all the stitches, no increase. Okay. And now we will again increase. But because we're starting increase on this side where we have those 2 stitches, we need to do it after the marker. Okay, so we will do yarn over. Also, how do I know? Sometimes you don't even have to really when you have more stitches, you can actually realize if you're supposed to increase or not. Okay, and let me go and tell you how to do that. Do you see this line right here, then this line, and then this stitch over here? That's 3 stitches. That's row 1, row 2, and row 3. So if you have those 3, 1, 2, 3, then you know that you need to do yarn over. Okay, and you don't even have to, you know, when you get used to that, you don't even have to count. You just have to look for those 3 lines. So this is row 1. This is row 2. That means no increasing, just knit all the stitches. Move the marker. Turn. And we will be knitting row 3. Okay, let's go and knit these 2 stitches. Move the marker and knit all the stitches to the end. So this was our row 1, this was our row 2, and this is our row 3. You see, and you already, where that hole is, above that hole we will have 3 lines, or 2 lines and a stitch. Let me show it to you when I will be getting back to it. And after this I will show you how to do it English style. Okay, so we will knit again. We will knit, and look at that. So when you go and look, you have a hole right here, and then you have line 1 above the hole, line 2, and this stitch. And this is already first row. This is our first row where we go and increase, okay? And we do it before the marker. And now we have to do 2 rows again. So let me go and show it to you now in English style. Okay, so with English style, you just will, so since I already added a stitch, increased, I did yarn over, now we just need to knit entire row. And we will move this marker, and then we knit entire row. Okay, so we're not going to be increasing in here, we just move that stitch. Okay, now we will turn around again, and in this row we need to increase. Okay, so we will knit 2. I know that I have to increase after the marker, okay, because I need to keep those 2 stitches right in here. So we will move our marker. Now we will do yarn over, and we will finish our entire row. Okay, so knit to the end. We knit to the end, and then we will knit 2 rows again. Okay, knit all the stitches to the end without increasing. This is our row 2. Okay, row 3, and after my row 3 I will have to, you see I have only, this is my hole where I increased, right? This was my row 1, row 2, now I'm knitting row 3. And we will increase. Okay, I think that you probably get the idea, okay, how it works. You just have to choose, you know, one edge, and you will increase along that one edge only. Okay, so now we need to increase right here with yarn over, move the marker. We're increasing before because we just want 2 stitches right in here. Okay, we need to maintain 2 stitches, you know, after that marker. Okay, and now I just will go and knit again 2 rows, and after I knit 2 rows I will go and increase right here in this spot. So I'm always increasing in this spot. That's why I'm having holes, yarn overs, only along this edge. Okay, if I would be increasing here, I would be growing in here and not growing in here. Okay, so that's what you need to do. This is how it's that triangular scarf, how it's made. Okay, so I just wanted to show you this one more time, that I was adding stitches always in this one spot. So basically I was increasing on this side and I was not increasing in here, although it's like really increasing right here in this spot. Okay, but the stitches were growing on this side only. Okay, and I'm not really ready over here yet to start decreasing, but I just wanted to show you how I am working. See, I'm working with 2 colors. Okay, and I wanted to show you how I am changing the colors. So in order to change color, I cut off the color that I'm not gonna be using at the moment, and I'm starting new color, light color, and I will just start knitting. Okay, and I will knit all the way to over here to my spot where I will be increasing. And as you see, I have 1, 2 lines plus that stitch on the needle. Okay, and so I will knit all the way here, all these stitches, and then I will do yarn over, okay, and knit these 2 stitches, and then on the way back I will knit 2 rows this way and then this way. All right, here I am. I knitted all my stitches before the marker, and because this is my time where I need to do yarn over, so I'll do it right before the marker. Slip my marker, knit 2 stitches, and now I will turn around and I will knit 2 rows. Just, you know, I'm showing you this just in case you would like to make a scarf, triangular scarf from leftovers. You know, you can go and use all different kinds of colors and use various widths of these stripes. It does not really matter. Make it really colorful and be different, you know. So when I'm doing my 3rd row, you can actually do this. After you start it, okay, you will go and tighten up these stitches. these two you will make a knot with these two ends, okay? And I made it, you know, fairly tight, but not too tight. I mean, the first one when I did the first one, I did it tight, but not tight, and the second one is tight. And then later on, I will also show you how to weave it in. All right, so this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to finish half of this scarf, okay, all of it, and also I will finish half of this scarf where I will be using only one of these balls, and then I will show you the decrease, okay? Then we're gonna learn how to decrease to make it look similar along the edge, and it's going to look different though, okay? So that's what we will go and do. And I also wanted to go and talk a little bit about the weight of the yarn. One is this one is the worsted, and this one is sport, okay? And also you can see how the Noro yarn is striping. It's absolutely gorgeous, right? And this one is also really beautiful. I love the, you know, the way it's coming out. I am making, as you see, I'm making very irregular stripes, so I don't have to count and keep track of how many rows I have to do for each stripe. And I love that because I do have to keep, you know, I have to keep track of 3 rows over here. So that's very important for me, more than perfectly regular stripes. And I think that the irregular stripes are really looking good. Okay. So let's go now inside and start working on decreasing. It is going to be a little bit more challenging, but it really not that challenging. You just, again, have to keep track of your rows. So let me show you first how to increase and decrease with this yarn, okay, with this beautiful, colorful Noro yarn. And at the moment I am in my 3rd row, okay, and how do we know? We know that if I go and count my yarn over is as a 1st row, then this was my 2nd row here, this stitch, okay, and now this is going to be my 3rd row, okay, and I will be ready now to decrease, start decreasing my stitches, so I make that triangle, okay. So what we will do is we will increase and decrease. We need to maintain these little holes in here along the edge after those 2 stitches, okay. So what we will do is we will knit 2 stitches, then we will increase again, okay, and knit all the way to the end. So that is going to be our row 1. So right now what I will do is knit to the end and knit to about this area, and then I will show you how I am decreasing. Okay, so you can do the same. So knit all the way down and then all the way up to about here. As you see, I am at the end of my 1st row where I increased, and now I will be starting my 2nd row where I will be decreasing, okay. Also, I forgot to mention that my 1st half was 36 inches. I would suggest to make your scarf 1st half at least 32 inches, and as you know, I already mentioned it, I am making it 36 inches, but you can go 32, 33, or 35, whatever your length you want. You could even make it longer if you want 40. inches long, the first half where you're increasing, okay? We want to actually start lowering our stitches and going in the opposite direction with our angle on our triangle. We need to decrease 2 stitches, okay? If you increase 1 and you want to still decrease by 1 stitch, then we need to decrease really by 2, okay? So in here we added 1, and here we need to go and take away 2 stitches. So we will still end up with -1, okay? So it's +1 minus 2 is -1 stitch, because over here we were always doing +1 stitch. So row 1 is going to be always like this. You will increase by 1 stitch. Row 2, you will decrease by 2 stitches, okay? So I will make from 3 stitches, I will make 1 stitch. So we will knit 3 together, okay? We will knit 3 together. And now we will just knit our increased yarn over, and we still will have that our hole there, okay? And make sure, actually hold on 1 second, make sure that you don't have a hole here. So let me go and put this back, yarn over back, and tighten up this stitch, this knit 3 together, tighten it up so you don't have an extra hole there, okay? Now we will go and knit. So you see we have that hole there, we don't have any hole in here, and we will continue knitting our 2 edge stitches. We will turn around, and our 3rd row, let me just put this way here, and our 3rd row is going to be knit all stitches, okay? Don't do anything, no increases, no decreases, just knit every single stitch. Okay, let's move our marker, and now we will go and just knit every single stitch all the way to the end. So I'm starting my row, and when I get right before my marker, I will do yarn over. And so now we need to go and do the increase. So yarn over, move the marker, knit 2 edge stitches, okay, turn your knit around, and now we will do the decrease. Okay, so we will knit our 2 edges. Now we need to knit our yarn over, okay, and we need to do decrease after we knit the yarn over our 3 stitches right in here. So 1, 2, 3 stitches, we will knit them together, okay? And again, make sure that you tighten up that stitch so you do not have hole after you knit the yarn over. You don't want that fake hole there, okay? And we will again knit all the way to the end, and then knit again all the stitches back. So do that, then I'll show you how to do decrease on this one, okay, in English style. And so just like I promised, we are going to be working on this scarf as well in English style, so you can see how it's done, okay? And as you see, I have, this is my yarn over, 2nd row, and then 3rd row in here. So I'm right now knitting my 1st row where I will be doing an increase, okay? So we will knit all the way to the marker, okay? Now we will do the increase, okay, and then we will knit our edge stitches. So 1 and 2. Now we will turn around. So after you increase in row 1, we will decrease in row 2. So first we will knit these 2 edge stitches. Okay. Then we will knit our yarn over. And now we need to decrease by 2 stitches, okay, because we increased here. So that's +1 over here -2 is going to go and put us into decrease mode, okay? So we are going to do 3 stitches, knit 3 stitches together. Okay, we'll knit them together, and again, gently tighten up so you don't have a big hole right between these 2 stitches. Okay, so tighten it up a little bit and just keep knitting all the way to the end of this row. Finish this second row because this is our second row, and then knit entire third row. So after I'm finished over here, then I will knit back and I will knit all my stitches, including my two edge stitches. Okay. Okay, here I am finishing up my third row. You see, this is my yarn over first row. This is my knitted second row in the second row, right? This is my third row. So we don't do anything in a third row. Okay, and now we will just turn around. So we will knit our 2 edge stitches. Now we need to do increase. And we will knit all the way to the end. Okay, so knit all the way to the end. And we need to actually decrease in front or before we knit our yarn over. So these are our 3 stitches that we need to decrease, knit together, okay? So we will knit this one because we haven't knitted this 1 stitch. Now we will knit 3 together. And we will decrease, that way we will decrease by 2 stitches, right? And now what we need to do is, before we knit our yarn over, make sure that we don't have big hole between these 2 stitches. And so we will gently tighten up, okay? Now we will knit our yarn over, move our marker and knit our edge stitches. Okay. We will knit entire row, and then we will be ready to do row 1 again. Also, I just wanted to mention one more thing, that you can do just entire scarf from one solid color. You can make stripes just like I'm doing over here. Okay, you can also do it from different weight of yarn, which over here I'm doing it from sport yarn. And because this scarf is knitted on same sized needles, you can see that it's kind of airier, you know, it's not as dense as this yarn. Okay, so when I'm finished with both of my scarves, I will show you how I am finishing the last stitches. So as you see, I am coming to the end of my scarf, and I just wanted to show you how much I done so far. Over here I have still several stitches that I need to continue making this into the triangle shape. Okay, and then I will just finish with you know, 3 or 4 stitches at the end. Okay. Over here on this scarf you can see that I'm almost finished, that I'm coming to my point. In the other, the colorful scarf, I'm somewhere around here. Okay. So right now we have 4 stitches right here and 2 edge stitches, and as you see, this was my yarn over right here, this one. This was my second row, and this is my third row. So now what we need to do in this row, we need to do yarn over. You can knit English style if you wish to. I'm not gonna show it in English style anymore. Okay, so we will knit these 4 stitches and do yarn over. Okay, and we will knit 2 edge stitches. Now we will turn around, and in this row, in the second row, we need to take that. So basically what happened is we added a stitch, right? So we have 5, but we need to have 3. So again, we will go and knit these 3 stitches, and then we will knit 3 together. Okay, so let's knit first these 2 edge stitches. Okay, now we will move our marker, knit this stitch and knit 3 together. Okay, if you have hard time, you can just do it this way, stretch it. You put this needle in there this way, right, and then stretch it, and then it's much easier to put your needle through all the 3 stitches, and you knit it. You knit the stitch and make sure that you don't have any big huge gap between these 2 stitches, and knit 1 more stitch, and look, and we have, you know, 3 stitches instead of 4. Okay, now we turn around. Let me turn around this way. That's my charging cable for my camera. Okay, so now we will knit all stitches, 1, 2, 3, and this is our 3rd row. Okay, and we will knit 2 edge stitches. Okay, now we will turn around and we will continue again. This was our 3rd row, so what we need to do in our 1st row is knit 2 edge stitches, yarn over after the marker. Now we will knit these 3 stitches, and again we have 4 stitches again now. So we have these 3 stitches. So we really need to knit 3 together, all these 3 stitches. Okay, so let's do that. And let me go and stretch it again, because let me go. I think I made it a little bit too tight. Yeah, let's stretch it so we can get in there. Okay, there we go. Okay, so now we have 2 stitches in here, 2 stitches after the marker. So we have 4 stitches now, and we need to turn. Okay, so 1 more row. Okay, that's our 3rd row now, and we need to actually finish this into a point. So let's take the marker out, put the stitches back, And what we can do is, let's knit first stitch, knit 2 together, knit 1 stitch, and now what we will do is knit all 3 stitches together. Okay, knit all 3 stitches together and make a knot. Okay, and we have point over here. Okay, and now what we need to do is we just need to weave in our stitches, so do it so it really, you cannot really notice it. Okay, and I would probably do it like this. I would follow one of these you know, stitches. Let's go and do it. We need to get somewhere. Okay, so let's do it this way here. See, kind of follow the one of these stitches right here. And this way. Okay, you just follow one of the stitches, so kind of like weave it in there. Okay, and after I'm finished with this one in here, I think I will do it like this. Okay, and stretch it, and when you cut it somewhere close in here, and it's not gonna, you will not see that end. Okay, and okay, now I have all these and ends over here when I was changing my yarn, right? So what I will do with this, I will look how my stitch is going. So I see it's going this way, around this way, this way, this way, and that's how I am going to go. But let me see if I can go and do it this way first. Start like this, so nobody really sees where it starts. Okay, so here we go, this way, and I'm following this line right here, and I see this going this way, you see, so I have to go up there through this one. It goes this way, and through this one here. Okay, and now this one goes this way through in here. Okay, like this. So I will go here, here, you see, and then this one continues going this way, and this goes this way, comes out this way, and then it goes like this. So can you see it? It goes like this. Okay, and you know, when you do it a few times, it's better do it a few more times, you know, like maybe 4 or 5 stitches, and then cut your end off. And then I will do the same thing with the blue one. Okay, and actually I did it here on the right side, but I guess it doesn't matter if you cannot really see it, because this could be right side also, right? I like this white line in there and blue line on the white, and white line on the blue. All right. So that's all, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for watching my video. I will see you in another time.